All right, so your dog was never socialized with other dogs, and now they're two. They get along great with other cats, but not great with other dogs. So, really, because this dog was never socialized, and this goes for everybody, and I can't tell you how important it is to socialize your dogs, right? So, when we get a new puppy, just so that everyone knows, fun facts about dogs, their socialization window is between 0 and 6 months of age. That means that they need to be socialized to everything that they might encounter in the world and have a positive association to before that point. After 6 months of age, they've already made up their mind about how they see the world and what they view as positive and negative. So if you're working with a dog that's under 6 months old, introduce them to everything. I have this 10-week-old puppy that I'm fostering right now, and so far we've been introduced to a power sander, a blow dryer, a drill, a metal bowl, a plastic bowl, a see-through bowl, grass, cement, rocks, vehicles, 3 different kinds of crates, all sizes of dogs, different colors of dogs, different ages of dogs, different breeds, men in hats, lots of people wearing masks because, I mean, this is the time now. So this puppy is going to see a person in a mask and not be fazed at all. Whereas most dogs are like, whoa, what's happening? Where's your face? So that's great, right? Socialization goes so much more beyond just introducing your dog to other dogs, right? And in Tasha's case, because we're dealing with a dog that was never socialized with other dogs except for with cats, baseline, what we need to create is a baseline acceptable behavior. So for anybody who's having any sort of issues with like aggression or reactivity, what I want you to think about is your dog is not going to go from 100 to 0. So a lot of times when I sit down with a client, they're like, my dog gets really aggressive and freaks out when they see another dog, and I don't want them to freak out anymore. And I'm like, okay, great. So what would you like them to do? What would you consider to be a baseline acceptable behavior? And the easiest one we can start with is, can you just stand there? Is there any world in which you can stand there and do nothing? I don't even need you to be nice. I don't need you to sniff butts. I don't need you to play. I don't even need you to sit. Is there a world where you, the dog, can stand there and do nothing? And that would be like most acceptable baseline behavior, right? So let's start there. And the easiest way to do that is just help your dog have a positive association to seeing the thing that normally triggers them, doing nothing, and for their doing nothing, receiving a reward. Okay, I'll say that again. If your dog has a trigger, and in Tasha's case, it's other dogs, but for a lot of users, and I saw a lot of cat questions in here, it's cats. So sometimes we have a cat or another pet in the house that we're trying to get our dog socialized to, and they go crazy and they start freaking out. So what we want to try to reward our dogs for doing, because like I said earlier, reinforcement drives behavior. If we can reinforce our dog for doing nothing, like, hey, do you see that dog over there? You didn't do anything? Here's a cookie. Do you see that dog over there? You didn't do anything? Here's a cookie. That's all I'm doing, is I'm helping my dog understand that the most rewardable behavior for them to perform is to do nothing. And if they do nothing, they'll get a treat. And Tosh, for you and your Jack Russell, that might be all we can accomplish for now, is just being able to see another dog and do nothing about it. And to me, that would be a huge success. Then if we can create enough positive association to these other dogs where it's like, hey, guess what? I'm seeing other dogs, I'm not doing anything, and I'm eating cookies. All of a sudden, other dogs equal cookies. Maybe other dogs aren't so bad. Do I expect that your dog's going to be able to run and play and go into a dog park and socialize appropriately? Maybe not. And I think that that's a reasonable expectation. Our dogs don't have to socialize with every dog that they meet. It's kind of a weird expectation that we put on our dogs, that we're like, hey, you're a dog, that's a dog, you're dogs, let's be dog friends. And that's not really a thing, right? It's like, my favorite color is purple, but I'm not going to walk outside and hug everybody in a purple sweater because I think they like purple too. That would be silly. But we do that to our dogs all the time. It's okay if your dog has a small social circle. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with them. It just means they have a small social circle. So that's my tip for you, Tosh. I hope that that helps.